about 250 miles.
Yes, we couldn't get much further apart from you, could we, really?
Not enough hand sanitizer in the land to fill the space between them.
You're all fully sanitised? You're all right? You've checked your temperature? There's nothing funny going on, is there?
No, we're good. We get checked every 4 or 5 days, I think it is, because we're in a cohort, so we can stand together and do Britain's Got Talent and do the shows and stuff. So
we get checked like Premier League footballers, really. I mean, that's where the comparison ends. But, we get checked every 5 days so we can keep filming together.
So, Ant, do you have to have that one where they stick it down your throat? And
down your throat. And the thing that gets me, it's down your throat, then they use the same end to go up your nose.
Oh, do they?
Ew.
Yeah, and then, So good job to go that way around.
Deck, which end do you prefer going in on first? Your nose or your throat?
The throat first, then up the nose. Just as long as it doesn't have to go anywhere else, I'm happy.
Well, yeah.
But that means whatever you've eaten will taste, because you've been sticking up your nose. If you've had a cup of coffee, then you put up your nose, that'll be stuck with you all day, is it?
That's true, but you don't want to go up your nose and then tasting that down your throat, do you?
Well, we've all done it, let's be honest.
Up your nose, down your throat. Anyway, boys, we love the book Once Upon a Time, celebrating, how is it 30 years since you first appeared on Biker Grove? How's that happened?
I've got no idea. It's bewildering. It doesn't feel like 30 years. It really doesn't. But we thought we'd, do a book to celebrate our friendship and working together, and, we're still going strong after 30 years, and lots of good stories in there about all of our times on all the different shows that we do. Each chapter is a different show that we've done over the years. So, lots of kind of backstage stories and all the fun that we've had. But it's great, and lots of pictures in there, lots of dodgy hairstyles, lots of funny clothes.
Now, we loved it, and I'm a real bookworm, but I've got a bone to pick with you.
Go on.
Because, right, normally I like to read me Kindle in bed. In bed with a book is me happy place. So this is the first physical book I've picked up in ages, and I love the smell of it, and like you say, the glossy pictures. But blimmin' heck, it's heavy, isn't it? I've chopped it on my face more than once.
It is quite heavy. I thought that because we've had a few boxes of them to sign and stuff, and every time you try and move one of the boxes, you're like, oh, they're so heavy, these things. But it's lovely. We're dead pleased with it because it looks nice as well, and like you say, it looks and smells like a proper book. So we love it.
It's a quality product.
It is a quality product.
Of course it is. My favourite chapter is the chapter about when you did your DNA journey thing. I love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, the TV show as well was fantastic. I cried. I could feel the love from between you, especially you, Deck, for Rant. I mean, it was just such a great show. That. Thank you.
And it was a lovely time for us as well. We'd had a break in the middle of filming, and Ant went away and had a bit of time off, and we came back, and I think when we started filming the second half of that, we really our friendship was in a really different place, and we just appreciated each other a bit more again, and we kind of rediscovered our friendship. So it was a really, really special time, and that was the first thing we did back together again after Ant had some time off. So it was a really, really special time. So we'll always look with fondness on filming that show, and we talk about that a lot in that chapter.
Yeah,
it's a great chapter, and you mentioned this bit as well when you're in the pub and the lady sings that song that was at at the funeral, and I don't think there'd be a dry eye in the land during that bit.
It was proper goosebumps, that as well, because neither of us knew she was going to do that, and it just came out of the blue, and she didn't know the relevance to my family that song had, so it all came out of the blue. It absolutely floored the pair of us. So it was a really special time, that, and one, like I say, one we look back on with real fondness.
We vowed not to cry on telly again, though. I mean, there was a lot of crying.
There was
in just 2 nights of telly.
The thing is, Anne, I loved seeing you both go back to your mums as well. Your mums are amazing. I'm just thinking right now that Keeping Up the Kardashians is ending, right? Could you? This is serious, right? Because I think this would be a ratings hit. Could you not do a reality show with your mums in?
Right.
Keeping Up with the McPartlins and Donnellys or something.
My mum will be listening to this, so please just stop right there, because she'd love nothing more than her own TV show.
It would be brilliant. Keeping It with
She can sell her blinds.
Do they still
keep it up with her mums?
Do they still keep the cuttings when you're in the Chronicle, when your pictures have been in and stuff?
Absolutely, Still go back to piles and piles of newspapers and all the clippings. And did you see this one? Did you see this one? Bless them. It's lovely though. It's so nice. Keeps your feet on the ground.
Of course it does.
It does. That's what mums are for.
Absolutely.
One of my favourite bits of the book was the chapter on the Royals. I love the Royals. And I love Charlie, and I cannot believe, Anne, that he's seen you in your dressing gown.
Oh God, it was, and I think it does come across in the book just how embarrassed I was. So we got asked to stay over, at his place, right? And,
For a royal
sleepover, which he never called it once. We did it a lot though, and it was his castle in Scotland, and we thought it would be like we'd be staying in a different wing, we'd be in a completely different part of the castle, but we weren't. We were like opposite him on the corridor.
Amazing.
So we got checked in our rooms. The butler took our bags to the room. We check in, and there's like robes there and stuff. So I put on this fluffy robe, but I thought, right, we're going to go for dinner later, so I'm gonna nip outside for a bit. So I go out the door, and who stood right there is his Royal Highness.
Amazing.
With a pair of secateurs, and he's like, I've just been doing the rosebuds. It's best to do these oneself, don't you think? And I'm like, yes. Yeah, all the while, and then he starts having this conversation about sustainability, and may I remind you, I'm in a robe, so yeah, I really try and make my excuses and go back into the room and then just scream into a pillow.
I mean, lads, you're from Newcastle. You're staying with the future king. It's just like bonkers, isn't it?
That is the mental thing about it. That's the mad thing that you never think that things like this will happen to you. That you're staying next door to the future king of England. I never ever thought that growing up in Newcastle that would ever be a thing, but yeah, it's madness, the things that have happened to us over the last 30 years.
It's mind-blowing. But on the subject of dressing gowns, now we've had this conversation on the show. How many do you each own? Because we think the Holy Grail is 3.
I have 3.
Do you?
Good lad.
I've got 3, yeah.
So, I don't have one. Well, no, I've got one. I've got one.
So, Dec, have you got 3? Have you got one to put the bins out? Well, one if, I don't know.
Do you have like a Hugh Hefner style one, which is a little bit silky?
Is somebody Nick from
for a Saturday night?
One that I loosely tie in the front.
Exactly.
I've got a fluffy grey one.
Nice.
I've got a stripy one that matches me pyjama bottoms.
Lovely.
And then I've got like a white fluffy one as well. But
Which hotel did you nick that one from?
Can I confess, I don't actually wear a dressing gown. I never use them.
Yeah.
Oh, what are they doing then? They're just hung up on the bathroom door.
Hanging on the bathroom door, yeah.
Right.
And yeah, on the bathroom door, on a hook in the bathroom. I've got dressing gowns everywhere, and I never use them.
Did you put that hook on the bathroom door yourself, Dec?
No, did I hell?
Hey, we've got Anne and Dec on the show this morning. It's page 272.
Oh,
so
that was my favourite page. My favourite page.
Great words.
About how everything that you do every day is for your daughter. I thought that was lovely. How old is she now? Is she talking yet?
Oh yeah, she's just turned 2. She was 2 a couple of weeks ago there.
Right.
So yeah, she's running around, stuck in everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's talking. We're getting words out of her. My wife has taught her to say Daddy Dec.
Daddy Dec.
Who's your daddy? She says Dec. So I don't think she's going to call me Dad, because she keeps hearing Ali call me Dec. So she just shouts Dec, Dec. So.
And what about you, Anne? Have you been going around like trying to teach her Geordie words and stuff?
Yeah, no, I mean, apart from Dec, she doesn't know a lot of words at the moment. But that will come.
Yeah. And what's it like, Dec, going down the nappy aisle? Because, I mean, Karen and I, we don't have kids.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it just looks... I've accidentally walked down the nappy aisle before in the supermarket, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
It's the nappy thing is a whole new world, let me tell you. You'll get to a point where you do whatever it is to avoid the nappy. You can smell it. You can smell it when she's next to you. And go, I'm just going to take her over next to her mum. Then I'm going to back off. And I go, oh God, Ali, I think she's done a poo. You better go change her. But you'll do whatever it takes to avoid the nappy. I tell you.
Yeah.
And has Uncle Ant had to do nappy duty?
I haven't done a nappy. I was round yours the other day. We were doing a lot of playing in the garden, which was lovely. Yeah, she's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, that's great to hear. Hey, we're excited about the 20th anniversary for I'm a Celebrity this year, but the thing is, lads, right, Howie, come on, right, you're both from the northeast. You're at this blinking castle that no one can pronounce in North Wales that we've never heard of. We've got tons of castles up here, man.
Tell us about it.
I said we should put them all on Holy Island. Let's all go to Lindisfarne and get them out there.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got Bamborough Castle.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing. Just down the
Castle. Honestly, we pitched a lot of castles, don't worry.
Well, Chillingham Castle with all the ghosts.
We tried.
Yeah. We tried, but no, we're off to Wales.
Yeah, Chillingham Castle. I mean, this is probably one of the most haunted castles in the UK, right?
In Europe, I believe, actually.
We did a ghost hunt with Alan Robson, right? He took us on a ghost hunt.
The Flashing Blade.
See now, my mother would love that. You see, there's more content for keeping up with our mums there.
There is.
Well, have a listen to this, right? Because this is the moment.
Don't.
This is the moment when Karen had the willies put up her.
Do I have to?
In Chillingham Castle, this is stuff. Have a listen to this. this.
Help, Alan! Alan, come and get us, seriously!
And it gets worse.
I'm going home. I want to go home now. I want to go home.
What happened?
You just laughed at us.
And
Thanks,
then,
mate.
and then
I'm not doing this anymore. Turn me mic off. It's not funny.
she had a big hissy fit at the end.
Were you properly freaked?
It's going to be completely different to Australia. I mean, it's going to bring a whole new life to the show, isn't it? You must be really excited about that, Ant.
Yeah, we are. I mean, and there's a real curiosity for what it's going to be like from us more than anybody. No, it's gonna be fun, and I think it's going to be one of those shows where everybody kind of loves I'm a Celebrity, and we're used to being one where we're doing it a different way. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. The casting's looking really strong at the moment, so the celebs will be really good. They'll be up for it. We're living a different world this year than we normally do, so everybody kind of understands the reasons why. And we just want to get going and have fun.
It's going to be different, but it's going to be really fun to see how it pans out.
Now, you mentioned the casting. I love the bit in the book when you said how you do it and they turn the pictures over everyone.
Yeah.
I have heard a rumour.
Go on.
Yes, go on.
And Ladbrokes, the bookies, have slashed the odds on 5-1 on Christine from Selling Sunset being on the show. Have you watched Selling Sunset?
Ant's
Yes.
a massive fan.
I'm not a massive fan.
How are you, man, Ant?
I love it, man.
Good God.
He loves it. He can't get enough
I know
of
it's
it.
a very popular show, and I may have seen it on occasion.
It's lush, man. My husband pretends he's not watching it as well, but he did. He does. I mean, there's a lot of eye candy on it, to be perfectly honest.
We can't confirm or deny that.
Come on. Speaking of Selling Sunset, and obviously neither of you watch it because it's not highbrow enough, but is there anything you're binge watching at the moment? Because Steve and I are both really missing Ozark.
Oh, I love Ozark.
So I'm just about to start Ozark.
Oh,
I've
it's
just
brilliant.
finished Succession, both seasons
That's
of
very
Succession,
good.
which is
Alright.
amazing. I'm just about to start Ozark.
We love a good box set, don't we? We love binging
yeah.
on something. Yeah, honestly, it's Ozark is possibly one of the greatest TV shows.
Agreed.
It's so, all
And
the
how
characters
season
are
3
great.
ends.
Oh my God! I know, I literally jumped off the set here. I was like, what?
Oh,
So good.
I wish I'd known. I would have run you when I'd watched it.
Why hasn't there been a repeat, right, of Biker Grove on the telly? Deck, come on, answer
Well-
that. It's one of the most popular TV shows, especially from our era.
And-
and it's like, where is it?
And it's so binge-worthy.
Of course it is.
And you know, Will Smith, right, has rebooted The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Exactly.
for 2021, and it's a grittier version. I think we should do the same with Biker Grove.
Yes,
Pitch
but
it
with
to
the
Netflix.
original cast, though, or not?
You have to recast, obviously.
Yeah, instead
We're
of
all
being
a
at the
bit
Grove,
older.
you could be in an old people's home.
That's actually very funny.
That's
actually good.
That is good.
I'm going to picture that.
See? I'm just trying to, span another 30 years out of you there, boys.
I love it. Keep us
Brilliant.
busy.
And then Deck on the show this
30 years since you first appeared together in Biker Grove. Now, I love the section on the musical days, and that
God.
picture, my favourite picture with that leopard throw on the bed that you're on. I don't know what that is.
I have no recollection of that photo. Not a clue.
You've blanked it out of your mind, probably because of the leopard throw.
Probably.
But you did admit that when you were on tour in Tokyo, you went to Tony Roma's every night for ribs.
Yeah.
When you're in Tokyo, are you
I know.
still like that with food now, or you're more experimental?
No, we're very experimental. We're pretty good now. We'll eat anything. I mean, in fact, Japanese is my favourite food. But back then, we were like in our early 20s, and we were going to Japan on tour, and they were saying, well, we're going to take you to this sushi restaurant, we're going to take you to this place. And we're like, no, take us to Tony Roma's, which was essentially a rib place. And we went there every night.
Every night.
We had beer and ribs, and that was it.
Well, if they'd had a Greg's, you would have probably went there, to be fair.
Yeah, we
we
would
would
have, absolutely.
Where's your sausage rolls in this country?
You're missing a trick.
your music career, obviously that's no more anymore now, which is it's such a shame.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, my favourite it was PJ and Duncan, not Ant and Deck at this point. Eternal Love. I love that song.
Yeah.
No, I do. I really do. I really like that song. But I'm just thinking, right, Deck, Sam Fender. You know Sam Fender, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, he's busy recording his second album at the moment at his studio in North Shields. Would you lads, if Sam asked, consider coming out of your musical retirement if he needed some backing singers? Serious question.
We're huge fans of Sam Fender. And if if we can add anything to Sam Fender's second album, we'd be only too happy to. I kind of think Sam Fender's album will be much better for us not going anywhere near his recording studio in North Shields.
Right, well, that's that answered then.
Now, it's just been Great North Run weekend, of course, not as normal. We had to do it virtually because of these times. But there's a great bit in the book, and I think everyone's heard of you now, when you had to dress up as Ninja Turtles for the Junior Great North Run on Biker Grove.
Oh, God.
And that was kind of your first taste of dressing up. It was a bit more basic than the undercover outfits, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I had a massive hangover as well, and then I turned up at filming one day, and then they went, right, what are we doing today? And they're like, well, you're running the Junior Great North Run dressed as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Oh, that was a hard day's filming, believe me.
But that's the Great North Run as well is such a fantastic thing, and we started it a few years ago.
Yeah.
We were at the starting line, and we fired the gun, and everybody, high-fiving everybody when you come back. When they're coming past, I didn't think it was possible to get bruises on the palms of your hands, but we came away from that, and honestly, my palms were bruised from high-fiving people. I must have done thousands upon thousands of high fives that day.
And then people really kind of vigorously done it as well, didn't they? Just to prove a point.
Hey,
Amazing
just
day,
think
how strong they were.
If you were going to do it now, Deck, you'd have to wear a pair of marigolds.
You would.
But looking at them outfits were a bit basic because they were supposed to look homemade, weren't they?
Yeah. So they were basically white boiler suits painted green.
Aye.
But then you've had some amazing prosthetics and stuff for the undercovers. Have you ever borrowed anything from props so you can just go out and maybe have a Greg's pasty in peace so no one knows it's used?
Do you know what? No, but it's not a bad idea. We have walked around wearing the outfits before we should do filming.
Yeah.
And I've had a complete long conversation with a producer friend of ours without him knowing it was me.
Brilliant.
Genius.
Absolutely brilliant. And then Deck on the show with us this morning, it's Once Upon a Time.
Now, we're talking about the Great North Run there. Lots of charities this year in a really sticky place because of COVID. Haven't been able to do their fundraising. And you guys have been patrons of our radio station charity, Cash for Kids, for over 18 years.
Yes.
And this year, you've got a special prize to try and help out with the fundraising, haven't you?
Yes, we have. We've got a prize for you that everybody can get involved with. We're going to stick up some tickets for one of our shows, whichever one we can do with guidelines and whenever it's safe to have audiences and stuff like that. So whenever the time's right, there's no limit on this. We're going to get tickets for a show of ours, and all you have to do is get online and answer a very simple question. Donate £5 and answer an incredibly an embarrassingly easy question, and you could win tickets to come to one of our shows, be in the audience, and then meet us afterwards.
And meet you as well. That is
Yeah.
amazing. Well, thank you so much for donating that. I know a lot of people would love to come and meet you, and it helps out the charity. And the charity, all the money stays right here in the North East to help disadvantaged kids across our area.
Lads, we love you loads. We wish you all the best for the next 30 years. You're absolutely amazing, and good luck with the new season of I'm a Celebrity when it's back on.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
you
you
enjoy
very
it.
much.
Lots of love.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.